there are several ways, aren't there, in which you can try to solve a dispute. Some of them are more common than others here in Turkey. We have mediation, we have alternative dispute resolution, and we have going to court in the old-fashioned way.
Yeah.
So can we just talk about each of those and just explain to us what mediation means here in Turkey?
Actually, mediation became more sophisticated in the last few years in Turkey, because we now have registered mediators, which is from the lawyers, taking some exams and registering themselves as a mediator.
So these are lawyers who, in addition to their regular law qualification, have done an additional qualification as a mediator, to help them find solutions for people.
Exactly.
So this is not being as confrontational as a lawyer normally is, it's trying to bring the parties together to find a solution.
Yeah. So they are trying to settle parties with their a form of service. And as I said, there are a certain number of mediators registered within the bar of that province. So you can go to them and they will be just bringing the parties. They should be following the rules according to our codes and try to settle parties.
And of course, you can't force someone to go to mediation. Both parties have got to agree to it.
Yeah, actually mediation even proposed by the courts in the first place. I mean, even you go to courts without going to a mediation, the court will ask you, any of the parties, do you want to settle before you proceed? So it is optional.
Yes.
But
if the parties will agree to it, it's a great way forward, isn't it? Because it takes only 10% of the time and probably 10% of the money compared to going to court.
And also we have settlement. This is a fairly new a type of job, but we also have third parties which are not lawyers trying to settle the parties, and it could be a technical person, it could be a lawyer who needs to get another certification for that and some training about that. But this is just I think launched a year ago or something.
That's
so
very new.
Yeah, it's very new. And obviously in Turkey the settlement is done by the parties. Usually we would expect them to deal with them by the parties. When a lawyer involved, it is more about a dispute, I would say, and end up at the courts.
Yeah.
So for business affairs, if you have a retainer basis like a lawyer representing you for all your legal affairs, then that is very usual that you will have mediation or settlement between the breached parties. But if you are just a one-off, a business, if you are going to the lawyer, normally it is because of you want to go for a dispute.
Because it's gone beyond that stage.
Yeah, sure.
Just one final point about mediation. It's the same all over the world, but of course mediation is all about finding the middle ground. So you don't tend to get everything you would like on a mediation. There are always compromises. You're claiming $1 million, he's saying I owe nothing at all. You're going to end up somewhere between those two. Not necessarily at 500,000, but it could be 700,000, 800,000, 900,000.
Yeah, it needs to be fair.
It's going to be fair, but you're not going to get everything you want.
Exactly.
Okay, so moving on then from that to alternative dispute resolution. Now this is, I think, relatively rare in Turkey, apart from in big contracts.
Yeah.
Can you just explain how it works?
Actually, alternative dispute resolutions, we usually get it for as you mentioned, a big a construction a contrast, because at the time of a court dispute is huge, and you might be losing a lot of your profit for the time that you spend at the court. So in some court, the construction contrast we more or less come across with. They put an alternative resolution way as a first instant action in case of a dispute.
And so actually in the contract it says if there's a dispute on this contract, it'll be resolved by alternative dispute resolution, and the people who will resolve it are X. You specify who it's going to be in the contract.
Yeah, or you can say that per party will be assigning an expert, and these experts will be assigning a third party.
Now, the difference between alternative dispute resolution and mediation is that alternative dispute resolution, in a way, is like going to court, isn't it? In that a judge, it isn't a judge,
Sort of,
it is a sort of an amateur judge, will make a decision about the case. It's not trying to find the middle ground, he's judging the case.
Judging the case, and to be frank, most of the cases it is not satisfactory for one party or another, so it may still end up at the courts.
Because if you have alternative dispute resolution in Turkey, you have the right to appeal against that to the court anyway.
I wouldn't say appeal. I would say
to take the case
to court.
It isn't an appeal.
Yeah.
You're not bound by that decision. You can say, well, I don't like that, so I'm going to court anyway.
Yeah.
So at one level, alternative dispute resolution could just be seen as an extra expense and an extra delay and an extra complication.
Correct. Yeah.
But at another level, if it works, it can save you a ton of money and a ton of time.
Yeah. So, as we mentioned, in some businesses, time is more important of everything. So, and the dispute is taking quite a long while at the courts.
And you say that normally, if you're going to use alternative dispute resolution, the contract will actually say, we will resolve this by alternative dispute resolution.
If not, then the parties will go to the court.
Can the parties later agree, after the dispute's arisen, let's have a go at doing this by alternative dispute resolution?
Yeah, you can always make an addendum to the contract if both parties are agreed and make it in writing.
So it isn't fatal that it's not in the contract at the beginning. Right, so if that works, it works. If it doesn't work, you end up back in court anyway.